It's the final round of the Daytona DMAX 2017 Light Heats Championship, and yes, we are back to where it all started, right here at the home of DMAX, Daytona, Milton Keynes. Championship has already been settled. Axel Slijepcevic tied that up at Daytona Tamworth last time, but it's still all to play for behind that, and we still have one more race to be won. So the championship may be decided, but that doesn't mean we're going to have a great race on our hands. Let's get straight into the final.
The last race of the Daytona DMAX Championships for 2017, the Light Heats finale. Kameron Khan versus Sam Lovelace on the front row of the grid. Zach Swannell and Max O'Shaughnessy, the newly crowned Light Enduro champion, on the second row of the grid. Graham Cobb and Cameron Noble on the third row. The champion in Light Heats this year, Axel Slijepcevic, is on the fourth row alongside Dante Dillon. Charlotte Manton and Josh Kraft are in the top 10. Boyd Wayne Jr. and the new boy Connor Brown, just 15 years of age, is there on the sixth row of the starting grid. Harry Gibson and Stephen Cobb are on row 7. Anatoly Dulko and Lawrence Glockshuber are on row 8, with James Richardson, James Barnard, Boris Young and Nathan Ballard completing the field. An interesting day of play here for Axel Slijepcevic. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. It's already wrapped up, but interesting to see that he's not the dominant force.
Yeah, it's almost, without anything against Axel, it's almost what you want to see, isn't it? New faces trying to emerge towards the front of the field, and some new faces joining the championship completely, like you said, like the likes of Connor Brown, so coming over, 15 years old, and that's the kind of calibre of driver we'd like to see coming into the championship next year. This is going to be an interesting one though, Jake. Final race of the season. Well,
interesting, yes, because we've got Kameron Khan and Sam Lovelace on the front row of the grid. Yes. Is that a precursor to the championship battle of 2018, perhaps?
I thought that with Kameron Khan last time. He wasn't able to do a full campaign. If he does do a full campaign, I'd say yes, most certainly he and Sam Lovelace could contest for the title. We've got Max O'Shaughnessy and Zach Swannell, is it, just behind Graham Cobb in there as well. And Axel Slijepcevic is on the inside of row 4.
Such good talent in this field. Away we go, and it looks like it's going to be an amazing start from the odd side of the grid. The evens are going to get held up, and indeed they do. Oh! And straight off there for the man in third on the grid. That is Zach Swannell, very nearly in the barriers as he goes off. Sparks flying from the underside of the card as he goes up and over the curb there, but he manages to get away with that one, and I think he's only lost one place, so he should be there in third position. Yellow flags up at 4. One or two of them have gone for a Burton up at 5. There's 3 or 4 of them trying to go over the same bit of road, and they just about avoid too much drama. But an amazing start to this race for our race leader, Kameron Khan. He read the situation. Lovelace was not alongside him at the start. He just went, right, foot down, let's go.
Later, yeah. Turn 7, it certainly looked to get a bit very busy into there. We'll wait to see the race leaders or leader emerge coming down towards turn number 9 for the first time. But overall, with a fairly clean start, 1 or 2 drivers running wide, 1 or 2 small incidents, but other than that, it looks to be all okay, and we have Kameron Khan leading the way going through turn 10 for the first time. Sam Lovelace in second place, and Zach Swannell busy in third place at the moment.
3 deep into turn 10, and they all get spat out wide, so an interesting battle.
Boris Young was in that.
More of a squabble, really, as they come across the line. It's Khan and Lovelace, Swannell, Cobb, O'Shaughnessy, Slijepcevic, Noble, Dillon, Manton, Kraft, Cobb, Boyd Wayne Jr., then Gibson, Boris Young, Connor Brown in 15th place, James Barnard, Anatoly Dulko, Richardson, Glockshuber and Nathan Ballard.
Down towards turn number 5 then, it's the battle for third, where I'd say we'll be paying most attention. The 2 leaders are split by just over 1 second. Zach Swannell is a further 1.5 seconds back from the top 2 at this stage of the race. Just a second lap, of course, so still plenty of time. Oh, and is that some more changes going on turn 7?
I think it is for third position.
O'Shaughnessy passing Graham Cobb.
And Slijepcevic is trying to go around the outside to make a move or 2 as well. You can tell him from a distance because he's got a little red sensor light on the back of his neck brace, which is very handy for us. I kind of wish they had found 20 different colours of light sensor on the neck brace, and then we could see who is who from a distance.
Just their initials.
Yeah, just their initials would do fine. Anyway, out in front, Kameron Khan and Sam Lovelace getting away. Third position is anybody's.
Running very wide through turn 9, was it?
Yes, it was. Noble was lucky there. He's battling away with Axel Slijepcevic. But third position is still Zach Swannell for the moment in front of Max O'Shaughnessy.
Yes, it is. So, and Cameron Noble still battling.
Oh, that's him and Axel going for 6th position. Axel gets there first, so Slijepcevic through into 6th position.
Dante Dillon now coming through. Yeah, Dante Dillon now coming through. Charlotte Manton just behind with Joshua Kraft there as well. So a very busy part of the track, that one.
Tough race right to the death, this one, isn't it? I can see this going all the way to the finish line for 6th position. Axel Slijepcevic escaping the scene of the crime as he passes Noble and disappears. Now he's got to have to work hard to catch it up with Graham Cobb. Don't forget, it was Slijepcevic versus Noble for the championship last year. Slijepcevic has wrapped it up again this time, but Kameron Khan leads the way in this finale with Lovelace in 2nd position, in the hope that Kameron Khan and Sam Lovelace will be championship contenders potentially for next year. Somebody's got to knock Axel Slijepcevic off that top spot.
Yeah. Who's it going to be? There's plenty of people that could fill that space looking at this race alone. But
well, one of them I can guess would be a good challenger is the man sitting in 4th place right now, Max O'Shaughnessy. Plenty of confidence coming his way, fresh off the back of winning the Enduro Lights Championship.
Cameron Noble being passed into the last corner. He already lost a place to Charlotte Manton.
So yes, Cameron Noble going backwards down behind Josh Kraft.
Yeah, Josh Kraft going through as well, and I think he's going to have more pressure in the shape of Stephen Cobb and Boyd Wayne Jr.
Fastest lap of the race, Graham Cobb, who is there in 5th position right now, trying to close up on Max O'Shaughnessy and doing a good job of that. But it's defensive time for Zach Swannell as O'Shaughnessy swarms all over the back of him, desperately trying to make a move or two. Hasn't quite been able to do that as yet, but as they come up towards 7, O'Shaughnessy's getting very hungry for that podium. He wants to be there twice today.
Yeah, he is indeed, isn't he? 1 second between the top 2, so that's a gap that has not really changed over the last few laps.
Oh, well, Lovelace has taken 0.3 of a second out of Khan that time by.
Yeah.
So if he keeps up that kind of pace, Kameron Khan is not going to be allowed to run away with this one on his own. There's Khan, there's Lovelace. So again, it's about a second. Look at 3rd position, though.
Here we go. Well, Zach Swannell was under a lot of pressure there from Max O'Shaughnessy.
Cobb might run wide here. No, Axel can't quite get on the inside of him.
It certainly did run wide, didn't he? It's allowed Slijepcevic to close in ever so slightly as those 4 head across the line. And the gap between 3rd through to 6th is just 1.4
Oh, with 3 wide out of the final turn, battling away for position there, all squabbling away in there. And that is Gibson, Cobb and Boyd Wayne Jr.
We had yellow flags at turn 6. You'll probably notice that Axel is running his number 1. In towards turn number. That's Max O'Shaughnessy, is it, making a move? I think that's O'Shaughnessy through the 3rd place. Can he hold on to that position through turn 6? And do we see Graham Cobb take advantage? Yes, just about. Well, Graham Cobb wasn't able to make the move on Zach Swannell, but Max O'Shaughnessy certainly has made a place. So that's Max up to 3rd place.
Well, the last man in, Nathan Ballard, out of the race because he didn't actually start it, unfortunately. He was battling away with James Barnard in the previous race, and an incident, I think that was enough for Nathan Ballard to say, I've had enough. Back in front. Here are the leaders, Kameron Khan and Sam Lovelace. The gap between them is just over a second. We're talking a whisker. O'Shaughnessy now into 3rd position. He's going to want to reel them in here. 4th place, Zach Swannell, Graham Cobb and Axel Slijepcevic. In fact, that is Axel Slijepcevic in front of Graham Cobb now.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So, well, let's confirm that as they come across the line, in fact.
Yep.
It is, yeah.
Dante Dillon, Josh Kraft, Charlotte Manton and Cameron Noble rounding out the top 10. Charlotte Manton is really starting to pressurise Josh Kraft again, who's just got through and past her. Here come the leaders, and they are really close now. Khan, Lovelace and O'Shaughnessy. Swannell is the leader of the gap behind them. Axel Slijepcevic trying to come through into 4th position.
Oh, this is very close, isn't it now? Let's see the 3 leaders across the line. Gap was 1.5 between the top 3. Any guesses?
That's going to be half a second. Not even.
8 tenths, 8.5 tenths, 108.745. But the gap you were referring to, which is less than half a second, is 1st to 2nd.
And 2nd to 3rd as well. Neither of them are half a second. Fastest lap of the race, Max O'Shaughnessy, a 108.745 now. He can sense a victory. If these two start to squabble, he's right behind them both. He could steal this one from underneath them both, and he's riding on the confidence of his earlier win in the Enduro, don't forget. So he is a fired up young man. He will want to snatch the victory away, and he's got a genuinely good opportunity to do so now. So let's see how that works out for him. He's going to work very hard on the far side of the circuit. They'll come up and over the crest once again. Khan, Lovelace, O'Shaughnessy. 3 men, the victory. It's game on for the last 2 minutes of this race. alongside the
That's very
locomotion
close.
as well. The train alongside them pretty much going at the same speed as them as they come over the crest of the hill, but trying desperately to defend. This is not going to be easy to be offensive and defensive at the same time for Loveless. Trying to stop O'Shaughnessy, who dives on the inside. O'Shaughnessy goes for it in the final turn. Does it get the move? Does he get the move? Loveless is going to try and hold him around the outside, up and over the curbs, and O'Shaughnessy will hold it into turn 2. Loveless still tries to hold it round the outside. He keeps the place. Amazing from Loveless.
I've seen better attempts there, I've got to say. Unfortunately, Max O'Shaughnessy, I think, should have waited just a little bit more. He was in with a chance of a victory. Now it'll be second at best. So
and look at Kameron Khan. He thinks Christmas has come 3 weeks early. Thanks very much, guys. I am absolutely disappearing now. So Khan is going to win this one. Loveless and O'Shaughnessy are going to be left to fight for the scraps, and I think that's O'Shaughnessy through, isn't it?
it is. It is.
So now Axel is getting in there. Axel Slijemcevic just got past Swaddle
yeah.
at exactly the right moment. So now he's going to try and get himself on the final podium of the season. The checkered flag is being warmed up.
Count out Graham Cobb, Dante Dillon and Joshua Kraft either. First down to 8th, all to play for.
Here they come. Khan is going to win it, no problem at all. But second position up for grabs. O'Shaughnessy is going to hold it though. O'Shaughnessy into second position, having got that move done nicely out of the final turn. The checkered flag flies for the last time. It's Kameron Khan who wins it from Max O'Shaughnessy, who beats Sam Lovelace to the final step of the podium. Swaddle, Slijemcevic, Cobb, Dylan Kraft, Charlotte Manton and Cameron Noble round out the top 10 at the end of a magnificent 2017 season. But it's Kameron Khan who cleans up in the final race of the year. Fantastic work that one, Chris. He really had to soak up all of the pressure and he made that race come to him.
He did. Kameron Khan, you've got to say, got a touch of luck with O'Shaughnessy and Lovelace behind, but then again, I say luck, he led pretty much all the race, and even when the pressure was on as high as it was, he was still able to keep going out of pace without defending. So fair play to him, a well-deserved victory. It's just a shame that O'Shaughnessy wasn't quite able to execute the move as cleanly as you would have expected. It did drop Lovelace back, who got his elbows out to try and hold on to that second, weren't quite able to in the end. So that was a shame, but still O'Shaughnessy fought hard for second. Lovelace a brilliant third place and one to watch next season.
Swaddle, Slijemcevic and Cobb round out the top 6 from Dylan, Kraft, Manton and Noble. Harry Gibson in 11th from Boyd Wayne Jr. and the new boy Connor Brown. Very impressive work for him today. Stephen Cobb, Anatoly Dilko, Boris Young, James Barnard, James Richardson and Lawrence Glockshuber complete the final race of the season. But going into the winter, none of them are as top of the tree as Kameron Khan is. Ladies and gentlemen, your final 3 podium finishers of 2017. Sam Lovelace, Max O'Shaughnessy, and your winner, Kameron Khan.
Sam, third place for you there. I guess that's another solid end to a championship in DMAX.
Yeah, certainly. It's another pot to my collection. It was a solid race. I'm pleased it was achieved on merit. I had the pace I deserved to be there, so I'm very pleased.
You said it was very competitive, wasn't it, today?
Yeah, certainly. It was so close. At the end, it was like from first to 6th or 7th, it was like on the same straight, so ultra competitive.
Good stuff. We'll go and speak to Max next, who was just able to get by at the end. Now, the three of you were very, very close, particularly going into the last couple of laps. Then you were able just to sneak through to second place, weren't you, going into that last corner? Do you look back on it and think, maybe I should have just waited to keep myself in the fight for the win, or are you happy with second?
Well, I spent most of the race catching up to those two, so I sat behind the two of them for about 3 or 4 laps, looking at where they were leaving the door open, even though they knew I was there. So then I thought, on the final lap, I'll make my move, so no one else catches up. I mean, it was a little bit of a ruthless move, but I don't feel like I had much of a choice.
I think that's a fair statement. And next year, what are the plans for you?
Potentially coming back again. I think the calendar is very good. I would like to try some more of the new tracks.
Good stuff. Thanks for speaking to us, and well done on your second place. And oh, you're behind me, Kameron Khan. Jump round. In the end, it was a pretty easy victory for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice, clean, straight road to victory. But at one point, he did catch up to me, the one in second, which I got a bit worried then. But Max saved me.
Did you know how close it was behind you?
I think, I don't know, about cart length at one point. But then he just went and dropped behind when Max overtook him.
Anyone you'd like to thank today?
I don't know.
No. Well, fair enough.
that's a start. But yeah, well done. A brilliant win, honestly, Cameron. Superb drive from yourself and Jake. I know. I guess you can only reflect on that, isn't it? Repeat that. He's drove very well today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's ended the season beautifully. He's put himself in a really strong position over the winter. He will be the one to beat going into 2018. Of course, Axel Stiepsevic's title will be up for grabs. If you want to take it off him, DaytonaMax.co.uk. Get your entry in for the 2018 season as soon as you can. They'll sell like hotcakes. We'll see you in the new year.